Well, hello there. Welcome to my video message to the atheist movement worldwide. We are here to debunk you. Have you ever wondered why the earth does not suffer from severe hurricanes and wind blasts that would blow mankind right off this planet? Speeding along at 67,000 miles per hour and spinning at 1,000 miles per hour would certainly test your fortitude to stay on the orbital Earth vehicle, which it is not. It is not moving. It's been that way from the beginning. It's written that way in the Holy Word of God, and for some reason it was withheld from the students as heliocentrism was taught in the classrooms of the schools of most of the world. So the students didn't even know there was a controversy. So how would they know to look into it? The Word of God is geocentric. The earth doesn't move. That is a miracle just as great as if it moved at 67,000 miles per hour and was spinning. Both are miracles of omnipotent power and omniscient design. So either way you look at it, God wins. Now let's get down to business. You atheists are going to want to push heliocentrism. And believers are going to want to bring up the fact that the Word of God has been geocentric, and the world was geocentric for a long time, and science is corruptible. There is no evidence proving that scientists are holy men. From top to bottom, they are not. Totally trustworthy? Absolutely not. So let's get down to the business of it. How in the world could we stand up to what we were taught ourselves in the classrooms? Heliocentrism cannot be wrong, can it? Because it was taught in the public schools. It was taught in the private schools. And yet the Word of God was geocentric the whole time. Now, if you have a young child and you're in a car and you're going down the highway for the first time and you're passing by a forest and you say to the child, "Look, over there, that forest, it's moving at 75 miles per hour. Do you know what that means?" "Oh my God," the child goes, "how do you know?" And you show the child your speedometer. And the child sees 75 miles per hour and believes you. Yet the atheists want you to know that that child was born an atheist, which he was not, or he would have known. That any talk about God was wrong. But I tell you, it doesn't matter which side is moving. Whether the forest is moving at 75 miles an hour, or whether or not the vehicle is moving at 75 miles an hour. You see, it depends on your perception. If you're looking from the earth and the stars are moving and the sun is moving, and you say, "Yes, we're moving around them," that's your perception. It's just like the old-fashioned wind-up clock. When you wound it up, if you let go of it and you held onto the clock, the key went around. And if you held onto the key, the clock went around. Just depends on your perception. But that key is moving either way you look at it. Now, I want to get down to business with you and tell you that it's important for you to recognize the Word of God does prove itself. Atheists prove the Word of God every day. So it's all about whether or not you atheists want to really know the truth. If you have no love for the truth, then you're not going to look into the truth, which is the Holy Word of God. Psalm 93:1, the Lord reigns, he is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he has girded himself. The world also is established, that it cannot be moved. Psalm 96:10. Say among the heathen, the Lord reigns. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. 1 Chronicles 16:30, fear before him all the earth, the world also shall be stable, that it be not moved. Now, listen very carefully. You just heard the word of God. You don't need a science book to confirm it. You need faith. And from there, you will find the scientific truth. That science, once it gets hold of a doctrine of the devil, will not turn from it. Because their paychecks required of them. Now, I want you to listen to me very carefully. First, you believers, I want you to believe in the Word of God. The Lord hung the earth in outer space. Do you know what happens when he hangs the earth? Just the same thing that happens when you hang a picture. It doesn't move. I want you believers to get it in your heart that you owe it to yourself to first believe the Word of God and not your science books, and to cast this dogma off of yourselves and make them prove to you that the earth is heliocentric. You take the Word of God position, believers, and you stand up to atheism worldwide. It's a deadly movement. Well, hello there. Welcome to the Atheist Challenge for the year 2012. Come on out into my garden and let's get down to business. The business is whether or not you are going to be able to be objective enough to make diagrams of the solar system in the 4 seasons, showing the positions of the cosmic bodies in relationship to the immovable Earth. This is geocentrism now that we're talking about, and not heliocentrism. And the reason why you are going to get the Atheist of the Year award for objectivity is because we are going to honor you for getting out of the heliocentric box and taking a look at geocentrism. And if your diagrams are the closest to the truth and the most well done, when you put your video up and you show us your work, we're going to honor you. You see, we are challenging atheists worldwide to get out of the box. And you have the year 2012 to do this. And it's not such a hard thing to do. It's a good scientific study for you. It won't do you any harm. And it will put you into a position of actually being objective in choosing whether or not you wish to support heliocentrism or geocentrism. Now, for those who don't understand, geocentrism is the immovable Earth principle that is taken from the Holy Word of God. Heliocentrism came into popularity beginning with Copernicus, Galileo, Newton, Kepler, several hundred years ago, and has since been the most popular of the two perspectives of looking at our solar system. We still believe by faith and by science that geocentrism is the right science. So accept our challenge, put your videos up, notify us, and if it's really good, you will receive the Atheist of the Year award from us, and we will be glad to make an exception and post your video response. I hope you understand now what we're asking you for. The positions
shut up.
of the planets and the sun, which orbits around the Earth.
Stop that talking.
In
Stop
the four
that
seasons.
talking.
This has been an obnoxious cat production.